Hi, my name's Lesley Speedie and I volunteer with the Blackwood and Kitmare Hill Resilience Group, and this awards nomination is for the COVID-19 Response Volunteer Awards. Blackwood and Kitmare Hill Resilience Group was established on the lead up to the national lockdown as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. The group formed about 2 or 3 days just prior to the national lockdown was called, and in that time we set up a constitution and set up the strategic aims of the group, and that took on the form of three strategic aims. So the essential services for supporting vulnerable people, mental health, which would be our outreach, which would allow us to transition to our third aim, which was COVID and community recovery from the pandemic. My role specifically in the group was basically to almost just take a holistic approach to supporting all the different volunteers, giving people a bit of direction for the various roles that they were taking part in. So, for example, the essential response side of it, we set up a response operating model, and that consisted of the call centre team, the distribution team and the vulnerable people's outreach team. And it was kind of my job as almost the chairperson, if you like, to kind of lead the committee and lead the volunteers to deliver those aims. The other thing we did was set up a communication strategy, and that was to look at different communications for different people groups. So with the vulnerable people group, we did a lot in terms of writing individual letters to individuals to encourage them through the pandemic. We then set up a community newsletter to engage the wider community, and we set up a lot of communications via our social media to engage with families at home who were basically on Facebook and other social media platforms. And then the other side of our communications was establishing links with third sector forums like VASLAN, the Clydesdale Community Forum and stuff like that, and liaising with the local council and the local authority. So that was kind of my main aim, is kind of taking the lead role in the group, was almost just to stand back and kind of steer the group through the strategic aims and allow the volunteers to do the hands-on response. So during the actual pandemic itself, I feel the resilience group has actually brought the community together, so different people groups. We've established relationships with vulnerable people groups, elderly people, isolated people, and I think overall that's been possibly the biggest achievement of the whole operation, was actually getting the community to come together and support one another and to see that take root. And it's actually now generated a lot of almost community asset buy-in. There's a lot of people now in the community who really want to see things happen in the community now, that they've got a sense of purpose and a sense of belief, and they can believe things can change for the better. And I think the biggest part for me during the pandemic was seeing all that come together. And it certainly, I feel like, reinforced my beliefs in community work and community capacity and development.